It is exactly 9 p.m. on this 11th day of March 2024. Many thanks for making time to be with us. You're just in time for the spotlight here on Lookuptv. Now, this comes on a day when Interior CS Professor Kithure Kindiki has, of course, downplayed reports that Kenyan forces have developed cold feet as the deployment to Haiti looms. This comes, of course, as gangs continue to take over the country, taking over various government installations. And this comes again at a time when the regional bloc, that is the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, has called on an emergency meeting to address the situation in the country. Of course, various diplomats and various countries have, recalled their diplomats, and this comes amid the chaos that has continued to be witnessed in Haiti's capital. The reports indicate that bodies continue to lie on several highways across the country as gangs continue to terrorize and the situation continuing to worsen. This comes at a time again when the UN and the US has piled pressure on the Kenyan government over the delayed deployment of Kenyan forces to Haiti. Kithure Kindiki says that we are in the pre-deployment phase. And he says that the delay was caused by a court injunction that has now been, of course, dealt with. That among many other stories that we've prepared for you this particular night. First of all, let's have a look at what's making headlines.
Tonight on the Spotlight,
Kenyan police officers will be just part of the multinational security mission in Haiti.
Interior CS Professor Kithure Kindiki refutes claims on rumors that some officers adopted out of the Haiti deployment. Understand the political alliances manifesto so that you can explain it to Kenyans at the grassroots. RUTO tells MCS during a meeting at State House, Nairobi. And Kajiado County lost millions to corruption in the financial year 2020-2021. The Auditor General's report reveals as Governor Joseph Olelenko denies allegations before Senate Public Accounts Committee.
Welcome to the program. Ian Keitani is my name, and our sign language interpreter is Josephine Oko. Let's kickstart our bulletin now. An Interior boss, Professor Kithure Kindiki, now says the Kenyan forces will proceed to Haiti as earlier planned after the government signed a reciprocal agreement with the government of Haiti. It not look like rubbishing claims of officers developing cold feet as the situation in Haiti gets out of hand. Kindiki noted that the process was at its pre-deployment phase, insisting that it was the country's obligation as a member of the United Nations.
There was a small court matter. That small matter has been resolved because the court said we needed to have a reciprocal agreement with Haiti. That reciprocal agreement has already been signed about a week ago. So we are now in the pre-deployment stage. All the other programs are in place, including the status of forces agreement and the laws on detention, arrests, and other enforcement measures are now in place. The standard operation procedures are in place, and Kenyan police officers will be just part of the multinational security mission in Haiti. Kenya is the lead nation, but there are so many other countries that have pledged to contribute troops, and this came from the mandate of the United Nations Security Council. So it's part of our international obligations. The court matter has been addressed, and that other rumor you are talking about, I think tell the source of that rumor to return it wherever it came from.
Now, no one will be exempted in the fight against drug abuse and the sale of illicit brew. This is according to Interior CS Professor Kithure Kindiki. According to the Interior boss, those found culpable will be arraigned under same charges as terrorists, noting that at no point will the government prioritize commercial services over state security.
With the crackdown on the sale of illicit brew and drug substances ongoing for the third consecutive day across the country, with hundreds already arrested, Interior boss Professor Kithure Kindiki now says that those found culpable will be arraigned with same charges as terrorists.
We are going to introduce new laws. These laws will categorize those who manufacture, sell, distribute, and consume hard drugs, psychotropic substances, and illicit killer brews. We categorize them as dangerous criminals, and we will be prosecuting them using the most punitive measures that are ever found in our statute books. In other words, where we have placed terrorists, leaders of organized crime, including banditry, that's where we have placed those people who are engaged in this destructive business.
According to the first-time Cabinet Secretary, the crackdown will not be a short-time operation, with at least 300 people already arrested.
This operation is a perpetual and standing operation until this problem is eradicated in our country. We have arrested nearly 300 people in the last 3 days. We have done 765 raids across Machakos County. We have apprehended motor vehicles that have been used to transport drugs and illicit, including counterfeit alcohol that is dangerous to public health.
Speaking in Machakos County, Kindiki noted that not only those who sell drugs and illicit brew will be arrested, but also handlers and enablers of the business.
We have declared that those who manufacture, transport, distribute, and even consume hard drugs and killer brews and psychotropic substances, those that follow in that category are enemies of Kenya, just like terrorists, bandits, and organized criminals.
The CS also emphasized that at no point in time will the government prioritize commercial services over the country's security.
We will not entertain any commercial, economic, or social interests to override the national security interests.
Ian Keitani, Lookuptv.
That was a story produced by one Brian Amwai. Moving forward, President William RUTO has urged Kenya Kwanza members of County Assembly to understand the Political Alliance's manifesto so that they can explain it to Kenyans at the grassroots level. RUTO noted that the government is implementing a host of programs aimed at transforming the lives of Kenyans. He cited subsidized fertilizer, universal health care, housing, and high-city hubs, among others, noting that some farmers had not received the subsidized fertilizer because they are unregistered. The president asked the members of County Assembly to mobilize them for registration in their wards. He made the remarks on Monday during the Kenya Kwanza members of County Assembly consultative meeting right here in the capital, Nairobi.
They appeared at State House Nairobi to have a one-on-one conversation with the head of state. Members of the County Assembly under the Kenya Kwanza regime were guests at the House on the Hill, listening to the president whipping them in line with the Kenya Kwanza's agenda. The president said the Kenya Kwanza administration is committed to changing the politics of the country by keeping its promises to the people.
And we are sticking to our plan. And it is because tunataka kubadilisha siasa ya Kenya. Pale nyuma, it was fashionable kusema maneno ambayo you don't believe in. Ukishapata nafasi ya uongozi unaenda unasahau, alafu unarudi tena unakuja kusema mambo mengine. What we are going to do this time round, we are going to implement our manifesto to the letter. because hatukuenda kwa wananchi kwenda kuwadanganya, tulienda kuwaambia tutafanya program.
RUTO called on issue-based politics, urging MCAs to shun tribal politics.
Tunaelewana, my friends? That is where we need to move our politics, so that we get away from ethnicity, negative vibes around hii ni wakabila hii, wale ni wakabila ile. Tuachane na hiyo siasa. Tuweke siasa ya kuunganisha wa Kenya, because I promise you there is no way one community can progress in Kenya and leave the other communities behind. It is not possible, because we live in the same country. Sindio? So we must focus on how to grow Kenya together. And let me tell you, if we grow this country together, everybody, every community, every county, every region will benefit if we do it together. And we have what it takes to do it together. So I want to urge you as leaders at the grassroots, let us focus on our plan. Na tusikubali wale watu wanataka kutuchochea ukabila o hawa wale. No, we must focus on delivery of our plan. Mnanielewa?
RUTO asked MCAs to read and understand the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, as this will help in championing for the ruling party at the grassroots level. President RUTO has called on the Kenya Kwanza members of the County Assembly to be on the front line in championing for the government's agricultural agenda, saying that the government is building 500 fresh produce markets across the country to boost the quality of agricultural produce.
Mimi nataka niwaulize kama viongozi wa mashinani. You have a role to play. Wewe kama kiongozi wa mashinani, you have a duty kusumbuana na governor, kusumbuana na watu wa NCBB, kuhakikisha kwamba watu wako kwa ward yako wanapata mbolea.
To encourage transparency, the president asked the county legislatures to consider amending their standing orders to allow county executive committee members to answer questions in their assemblies, as in the case now in the national parliament. DP Gachagua called on MCAs to work with the government to ensure the delivery of development agenda. He also urged the MCAs to enact laws that will support the government's fight against alcoholism. Brian Amwai, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Kajiado County lost millions of shillings to corruption in the financial year 2020-2021. That is according to the Auditor General. The Public Accounts Committee, led by Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, now want the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission officials to intervene and investigate corruption-related issues. However, the Kajiado boss, who appeared before the Public Accounts Committee, refuted the claims, noting that the disbursement was shared equally among all the wards. Mevin Getembe attended the sessions and files the following report.
You don't have any of your assets that you can even list to us and say we've got these ones, but these ones we are having a challenge with, and this one because...
The Public Accounts Committee, led by the Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, wants the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission slates to intervene and investigate corruption-related issues raised by the Auditor General on bursary disbursement in Kajiado County, where the county lost millions to corruption the financial year 2020-2021. However, the governor, who appeared before that committee, refuted the claim, saying that the disbursement was shared equally among all wards.
Other educational benefits during the period under review. The management received 125 million only due to availability of funds. The bursary issuance and distribution is guided by the Kajiado County Bursary Fund Act 2015. Further, the management wished to clarify that all bursary was distributed fairly and accordingly in tranches across the financial year under review.
On issues raised by the Auditor General regarding the monies issued to contractors by the county government even before completion of the project and termination of the contract even as funds were released to complete the same, the auditor's sentiments are contrary to that of Olelengu, who claims the project is underway and nearly 75% complete.
At the progress that we have made so far, it's very unlikely that we'll get there. And therefore, the contractor having come back on site and the progress, the construction progressively going on, I can confirm that as requested or as asked by Senator Seki, that the contractor has the capacity to finish the job. And I want to go on record that this project is going to get complete. You know, this project has been going to get complete, and we are grateful that the audit team had highlighted concerns, and so we are surmounting this problem progressively.
The committee sought to know the number of working staff in Kajiado, the promotion and job status. This is after raised claims that 30% of the working staff in Kajiado got promotions illegally.
If he's still in the administration of the Honorable Governor, you recommend that certain administrative action is taken, or if not, at the very minimum, the EFCC should get to ask that officer that question you are asking yourself in the head. Let the EFCC ask that officer, what was the basis for this recommendation of 75%? On what basis was that recommendation made? And assets that were inherited from the defunct county, local governments. But for you, the register does not exist, even in an incomplete form. That is the problem.
Mavin Getembe, Lookuptv.
That story emphasizes the, of course, concerns raised by various quarters regarding accountability of county chiefs, even as they demand more money in the next financial year. On that note, we take a short breather. We'll be back in a moment.
Kazi ya maji haikuangi rahisi. Saa zingine deliveries ni mingi na natembea safari ndefu na chupa za maji. Wakati ingine nachelewa kufikishia customer anakasirika hadi anakataa kunilipa. Huwa inanishukishia malale ya job sana. Lakini tangu nishinde hii tuk na tatu, deliveries zimekuwa kibao, teke na rahisi. Hadi customer ananiongezea za macho. Kazi yangu imejipa mbaya.
Kila Jumapili unaweza vuna hadi $500,000 ama tuk ndani ya Tatua Bonanza Live na zawadi zinginezo. Vuna chapa leo na Tatua 3. Ingia kwa M-Pesa paybill number 150 account, weka namba zako 3 za bahati, fuatiza na neno Look. Amount ni shilingi 10 hadi shilingi 1,000.
Over 18s only. Gaming can be addictive. Play responsibly. BCLB number 000898.
Are you an SME looking for a media partner? Look no more, as Lookuptv got you covered for all your visibility and marketing needs. We at Lookuptv understand your business needs and want to work with you on your marketing journey, giving you solutions that will take you to the next level. Call us today on 0707 572 358 or send an email to sales@lookuptv.co.ke and kickstart this amazing journey. Welcome to Lookuptv, your official SME media partner.
Mambo ni mawili: kufikisha, kumwaga na kurudi. Kulala ni mwaka mpya.
Muka we msee. Mbaya. Wewe kwani wani vile dereva anaendesha gari vibaya, lazima tususe. Anaendesha gari na kwa simu the whole time hata analipa barabara. Watu zaidi ya 3,000 walipoteza maisha yao barabarani kwa sababu ya tabia kama hizo. Hautatuangamiza tukiona.
Naomba msamaha, nitampeleka vizuri.
Si wameomba msamaha. Sasa twende tusafiri kwa mwendo wa aste.
Dere Smart hufikisha abiria salama. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na NTSA kwa ushirikiano na European Union.
To the corridors of justice now, and Chief Justice Martha Koome on Monday presided over the launch of the e-filing system in all courts. The event also saw the unveiling of the data tracking dashboard and the court list portal. The electronic system was first launched by former Chief Justice David Maraga in March of 2023. Chief Justice Martha Koome announced plans to introduce electronic case filing system in all court stations across the country following successful implementation in Nairobi.
The journey to digitize the court system has begun with Chief Justice Martha Koome on Friday launching the e-filing system.
With the seated,
the system will ensure that all those working in the judiciary are familiar with managing court processes through online platforms. Chief Justice Martha Koome has announced that pleadings and court documents will be assessed and processed online from July 1st.
I agree that from pleadings and documents, we need to stop printing paper, and therefore direct that the printings and documents will be accessed and processed online from the 1st of July 2024.
Speaking on Monday during the launch of e-filing, data tracking dashboard and cost list portal in all court stations countrywide, Koome said this is meant to strengthen the green practices that the judiciary is embracing. She said the nationwide rollout of the e-filing system is not only an addition to technological advancements, but also a significant stride towards achieving a paperless judiciary, aligning with its commitment to green justice.
We celebrate not only the expansion of the e-filing, but also our ongoing commitment to innovation within the Kenyan judiciary. The introduction of virtual courts and hearings has significantly improved access to justice, enabling legal practitioners and litigants to participate in proceedings from various locations and witness even to cases when they are abroad. This advancement, despite challenges with the system functionality and internet stability, are part of our broader initiative to enhance the quality of our services through technology.
Koome noted that the milestone is also a conscious effort to reduce the sector's environmental footprint. The initiative targets making the platform more user-friendly, thereby facilitating easier navigation and interaction for all users. She further announced that the judiciary is also embarking on a comprehensive reorientation program that will run over the next 3 months.
Now, with the establishment of a pilot transcription center, we are set to offer transcription services across the country, aiming to alleviate the workload on our judges and judicial officers and to expedite the hearing process.
Abdimajid Hussein, Lookuptv.
Now, staying on the corridors of justice is that former Nairobi Governor Mike Mbuvi Sonko has been acquitted of assault case at Kiambu Law Court. Sonko was accused of assault causing actually bodily harm in contravention of Section 251 of the Penal Code on May 25, 2019 at Buruburu Phase 4 in the capital Nairobi. The prosecution, in a case filed in 2021, accused the former Nairobi governor of unlawfully leading a group of men in assaulting multiple individuals.
Former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has been freed by a Kiambu court on assault charges. The court heard that Sonko left his office at City Hall. He was the Nairobi governor and proceeded to Buruburu Phase 4, accompanied by youths who, under his instructions, committed the offense.
By the various complainants, that is from complainant number 1 all the way to number 10, the application to have the matter withdrawn, reasons advanced, which has not been opposed. I allow the same as paid. I also discharge the accused surety and order that the Security Court to be released back to him, and the matter is marked as closed.
Speaking to the press, Mike Sonko's lawyer Anne Mwangi said that they are happy that justice has been served, given that the case was instigated by the previous administration.
We are very happy today because justice has been served. This was a very malicious case that was instigated by the previous administration, but we are happy that today justice has been served.
Today's acquittal comes barely a month after the Nairobi Anti-Corruption Court freed him in a case relating to the alleged misappropriation of funds amounting to 357 million Kenyan shillings belonging to the Nairobi County government. Maureen Bosire, Lookuptv.
You can only term that as a reprieve after reprieve for the flamboyant former Nairobi senator and governor. Now, on your opinion matters tonight, we ask if you are satisfied with the Kenya Kwanza government. Martin Masharia tells us more.
Hope and changes for a hungry nation, and here are some of the sentiments from the citizens.
Lakini mimi kitu yote kuhusu RUTO ama Raila sioni kitu yote wametusaidia nayo. Kwanza hata RUTO hajatusaidia kwa saa hii, ndio tulipiga kura kama sisi vijana, hatujaona mahali ametusaidia. Maisha tu ndio imekuwa tu ile ile. Unaona? Hata zile vitu alikuwa anasema atatimiza, hakuna yote hata ametimiza. Kitu ya kwanza, mimi kwanza ni mtu wa asili damu, nilimpigia kura lakini hakunisaidia. Kuna kitu wanaweza tusaidia nayo. Usipofanya kazi yako, hakuna kitu atakusaidia nayo. Hizi tu ni siasa, ni kama kwenda kutongoza mwanamke, lazima useme maneno matamu ndio ili mpige kura.
Kila mtu afanya kazi mahali anafanya. Usigoje serikali kuletee pesa, au wanafanya yao na wewe unafanya yako. Si ukae ukiradalanda ukiombaomba ama ukifikiria serikali itakuletea chakula kwa meza. Hapana, lazima utie bidii.
Kwa hii muda yenyewe wamekaa, kuna promises ambazo zilikuwa kwa manifesto yao. Kuna zenye zimetimika na kuna zingine bado. Akipunguza gharama ya maisha ya raia wale walimchagua apunguze gharama ya maisha, lakini uongozi yake si mbaya.
Hatuwezi kusema kwamba hajafanya kazi, lakini mahali ambapo sisi watu kama tunalalamika, mahali maisha imekuwa ngumu, mahali watu wanakutoa kodi, hata wenye hawafanyi kazi, wenye wanafanya kazi kidogo kidogo, wenye hata mshahara yao haiwezi fika hata 200 kwa siku, bado wanalipia gharama zingine ambazo ni za maisha imekuwa juu, tuseme hivyo.
Kwa serikali ianze, kuna mahali walitimiza, lakini bado hawajatimiza kabisa. Bado mwananchi bado anafinyilika, waongeze bidii kushinda hivyo.
Those has been the sentiments from citizens in the great Nairobi, citing their views on the Kenya Kwanza administration since they ascended to power. Martin Masharia, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Thank you very much, Martin Masharia, for that particular story. Moving forward to Mombasa now, and Miraa and Meguka traders in the Congo ware market in Mombasa County are decrying the rise in license fees, saying it is making it hard for them to do their business. Led by their chairperson Lillian Kirothe and Stanley Mimi, the traders say that the licensing fee for shops has increased from 6,000 to 18,000 Kenyan shillings, while that of transporting vehicles has increased from 25,000 to 50,000. The traders are calling on Governor Abdul Somad Sharif Nasser to organize a meeting with them to arrive at an amicable solution. The member of County Assembly Congo Ware Ward, Samuel Moura, has urged traders to adhere to the laws of selling miraa.
Kaunti ya Mombasa itusukue kama wafanyabiashara wengine, kwa sababu hii miraa na mkoka inaleta pesa nyingi sana kwa kaunti. Na sisi watu wa kaunti wajua tu si watoto wandogo, ni watu wakubwa wanakula miraa.
Pale kwa gate maana ngali saa hii tunalipishwa 50,000 kuingia, na ni kila siku ambayo inaenda pesa nyingi sana kwa kila siku kulipa 50,000. Na hiyo inafanya yule mwenye anabeba mizigo naye atuongezee bei ya kutoa ile ngunia pale juu, kwa sababu sasa yeye imebindi kutoka kwa 500 ngunia imefika 1,000 kutoka kwa ile gari. Alafu kwa mambo hii tena wakituchanja hapa sokoni, wametufuata tena mpaka kule dukani nao. Tulikuwa tunalipa leseni 6,000. Saa hii wamesema leseni ya nduka ni 18,000. Saa hii katika hii economy ya saa hii kweli ni kama ambaye Mombasa haitaki watu wa Miraa, watu wa Meru wanatudhulumu. Tunaomba serikali tusikie, akina Gachagua, akina wale wote viongozi wako kule juu. Mlisema mtaangalia wale vijana, watu wafanyikazi, lakini saa hii ni kama mmetusahau.
Hizo ningeambia hawa watu wanaouza miraa na muguka, wakati kuna kitu inaitwa public participation kwa ajili ya kutengeneza finance bill, maana masuala ya bei yanatokana na finance bill, wajitokeze katika public participation. Sasa hivi tuko katika process ya kufanya public participation na kwa ajili ya budget, kwa ajili ya finance bill. Watu wakubali kujitokeza, kwa sababu utakosa kujitokeza utazamie mimi kama MCA nitaenda kukupigania nikiwa peke yangu mbunge.
Staying on matters agriculture is that former KTDA directors from Zone 5 in Kirinyaga County have opted to withdraw legal disputes against KTDA. The former directors say the cases have frustrated reforms in the tea subsector. This comes after deliberations in a meeting in Kericho led by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, where tea stakeholders agreed to withdraw cases to allow the reforms to be beneficial to tea farmers.
Efforts to streamline the tea sector continue to gather momentum as the government adopts hands-on approach to solve challenges facing the tea sector. At the backdrop of a meeting convened by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua with KTDA directors and stakeholders, where he expressed government willingness to engage in dialogue with stakeholders in tea sector, 5 former directors in Kirinyaga decided to drop their court cases. The leaders expressed confidence that their worries about the Tea Act 2020 will be tackled through upcoming legislation in both the Senate and the National Assembly.
Tunaona mambo yenye tulikuwa tunapiga na serikali moja ikiwa kupunguza idadi ya director hizo, sasa hiyo inaongeleshwa kwa parliament na kwa senate.
Sisi ni wale director ambao walikuwa by 2021 na sisi ni wale tulikuwa tumeenda kotini, lakini kulingana na maagizo ya deputy president ya kusema ni vizuri tuondoe hizo cases kwenye makoti, sisi tumefanya hivyo na tumekutana na mwenyekiti wa T-board Bwana Kamau na tukamwelezea hivyo na akatuelezea vile je tutafuata ili mkulima majani chai afaidike.
Kulikuwa na Tea Act ya 2020 na ili ilikuwa inahusisha number of directors, na kulikuwa na hii issue ya direct overseas, hii ya chai ile inaenda ngambo direct. Hiyo ndio mambo mawili ambayo tulikuwa tumepeleka kotini kuya challenge, lakini MPs wamesema hiyo jambo ipelekwe parliament tena ili waweze kuja na taratibu ya sheria.
With the new director election slated for next year, the former directors are gearing up to challenge the current leadership.
Ili na sisi tuwe huru ati wakati uchaguzi itaitishwa hata sisi tutaruhusiwa kupigania viti vyetu kama directors.
George Kayesi, Lookuptv.
Well, on that note, we take a second breather now. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go away.
Anza mwaka na Loto Jijenge Boost. Kila siku kuna guaranteed business boost worth 100,000 na up to 1 million ndani ya hourly draws. Jipange nyumbani na 100,000 shopping vouchers. Boost biashara yako na 1 million or a brand new Toyota Probox kila wiki na up to 200 million shillings ndani ya Grand Mega Jackpot every Wednesday and Saturday. Changamka, jiboost na ujipange na Loto. Ingia M-Pesa Paybill 777-000. Account Look amount 50 bob to 2,000 na ujisort na Loto Mega Boost. Over 18s only. Gaming can be addictive. Play responsibly. BCLB number 00000898.
Changamka, cheza Loto.
University of Nairobi is a distinguished institution of higher learning dedicated to nurturing your intellectual curiosity and pushing the boundaries of knowledge. From state-of-the-art laboratories to modern libraries equipped with the latest resources, we provide you with the tools you need to succeed. Choose from a wide range of programs designed to prepare you for challenges of tomorrow's world. Whether in STEM, humanities, business, or the arts, our strong industry connections and career service support will help you translate your education into meaningful career opportunities upon graduation. Join a vibrant community of scholars from around the world, fostering cultural exchange, collaboration, and lifelong friendships. Book your space now for September intakes. Log in to https://www.uonbi.ac.ke for a wide range of courses to choose from. You can also contact +254 020 491 0000 or email us at pr@ounbi.ac.ke. Are you a junior secondary school, a college, a TVET institution, or a university, and you want to advertise your intake? Book now and advertise with us today on both Lookuptv and all our digital platforms. Call us today or email us on sales@lookuptv.co.ke.
Let's continue the bulletin. On the Narok County government has closed down 291 bars. That is in the ongoing national crackdown on illicit brew. Addressing the media in Narok, Josephine Ngeno, who is a member of the county executive committee, said they are working together with the county security team and liquor licensing directorate in the crackdown. Ngeno has urged residents to report all suspicious cases of the sale of illicit brew to the authority.
Just a few days after Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua chose to join the ongoing national war against the sale of illegal alcohol, Narok County joined the war by closing about 291 bars. Speaking to the press, Narok Administration CEC Josephine Ngeno said that those bars were closed for failing to follow the government's order against the sale of the illegal alcohol.
In this fight for illicit brews in the country, we are supporting the Deputy President, and in Narok County, we are collaborating with the national government, the team from the County Commissioner, and our Directorate of the Department of Liquor Licensing in the county. And so far, we have managed to do a crackdown, and we are doing enforcement in all the areas in the sub-counties.
Ngeno added that they're working in cooperation with the county security team and liquor licensing directorate to make sure there are no other bars selling those liquors.
We are continuing with the crackdown. Yesterday we were in Wasonyiro and we managed to seize many illicit brews.
She also called the residents of the county to be careful and report suspicious sale of drinks while asking the court to ensure that those culprits face the law.
And we also want to request the community to be vigilant. If they think a person is selling illicit brews, let them reach out to us through the DCC or through the sub-county administrator, and then we can revoke their license. It is possible to revoke a license for someone who is selling illicit brews or the second and third generation liquors.
Bikadenyi, Lookuptv.
Now, property worth thousands of shillings was lost in a devastating fire that engulfed a dormitory at Friends School Bokoli last night. The school principal, Musonye Namsande, disclosed that the incident occurred during the students' evening preps, leaving them unable to salvage any belongings. Authorities are currently conducting investigations to determine the cause of the incident. No casualties were reported, and all students are confirmed to be safe.
We have had an incident of fire where we have lost one of our dormitories. We have no details, but all our children are safe. This happened when the students were in prep and they were just about to complete their prep. We are still doing investigations to be able to know the cause of the fire. I think for further information, you'll be able to get it maybe from our director and the board. They'll give a way forward. It has 88 students and they lost all their property. Yeah, we are appealing to them to come and support us. We have no single space within the school where we can place these young people.
The government and private sector are required to support rural schools with infrastructure development funds to increase the performance and student enrollment. This is according to Solai Director Peri Manshikal Patel, who said bad structures and lack of equipment in rural areas have been a big challenge. Majid Hussain brings you this and more from the counties.
It is during the launch of the auditorium in Mansukh Patel Primary School, where the director of the school, Peri Mansukh Patel, applauded the government, urging them to continue funding rural schools across the country. Infrastructure development is one of the key issues that need to be addressed, as it has been touted a contributor in lowering standards of education. Patel also called for changes in the policy that manages the distribution of development funds to public schools.
With respect and humility, we have donated this auditorium today. The auditorium is a basic building that has got a stage, as I had promised, and that will aid the school to be able to use that as a facility to lease out, rent out, to get some income for further sustainability.
Naivasha MP Jen Kiara has confirmed that President William Ruto has acquired the disputed land in the Bibi area in Naivasha after purchasing it illegally from the owner. Kiara, who is the vice chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Land, defended the president against the claims from the residents of the area that he grabbed the land.
Mekuja hapa ndio kama kuna shamba ambaye ya mtu hapa rais amechukua, aje hapa nimpeleke kwa rais. Ndio amwambie, Mheshimiwa Rais, ulichukua shamba yangu. Kwa sababu shamba ya Kipkulei kama ni hiyo tulifuatilia na Mheshimiwa Gadhareki wakati ule mwingine, na nilijua hiyo maneno yote.
Majid Hussain, Lookuptv.
To some sporting action now, and the Mombasa County Swimming Association hosted a swimming competition in which 8 teams participated at the Aga Khan Academy. The two-day swimming competition attracted over 245 junior swimmers from the age bracket over 4 to 11 years. The competition was preparing the swimmers for the Junior Gala National Championship that will be held in May this year in Mombasa County.
We have 8 clubs participating in this gala. The ages range from 4 years to 11 years. We have our next junior gala taking place in the month of May. The events which we are preparing for is the senior swimmers who are going for the Olympics. And they have been chosen from the most number of FINA points they have collected at the event in Qatar, Doha.
Eldoret City Marathon resumes again this year after a sponsorship hitch that caused the cancellation of the 2023 edition. Two-time Boston Marathon champion Moses Tanui, who is the race director, said that the organizers are targeting to register over 10,000 athletes, including recreational runners, for this year's event. This year's contest will, of course, go down on April 21st, coinciding with the 2024 London Marathon.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year, supported by our sponsors, we are targeting to register about 10,000 runners. Registration will be done at www.eldorecityMarathon.co.ke.
Even as I begin, I want to say thank you to our race director, Moses Tanui, together with all the board members, the chairperson, Andrew Chelogoi, of this particular marathon. Because when they told me about this marathon and the dream that they had, I said to them, how can we be a city of champions with no marathon? Surely. Isn't it? Does that make sense? That we are the ones who are sending champions to Boston, to Chicago, to London, all over the world, Tokyo the other day, yet we don't have a marathon, an accredited marathon in Uasin Gishu County. So when he said it to me, I said, I will take a leap of faith. We are going to have this marathon. And even as we speak now, we don't have all the money, but we shall have it. I believe we shall get all of it. And he explained something that was very important. He said to me that there are some athletes who, in order to go to international races, require to run in an accredited marathon, one that is recognized by the World Athletics. And so this is an opportunity for our young people to be able to have a certification time.
Seth Hekizimana from Rwanda is the winner of the second edition of the 2024 Loop Edition Safari Gravels in Iten, Elgeyo Marakwet County. Hekizimana clocked a time of 5 hours, 15 minutes and 5 seconds, while Brian Kipkemboy and Geoffrey Lagat secured the second and third positions respectively. The competition that was organized by the Imani project in conjunction with the Loop Safari Gravel also included 60 kilometers and 20 kilometers.
As we host one of the most lucrative bike event sponsored by Loop and Amani, of course by extension the NCBA group, for the wonderful job. We have seen our children cycling, we have seen an high-end competition, we have never hosted such a competition, and for the first time we are happy as a county to host. We also have a training center that is coming up here at Kapsho. We know that our vision to make Elgeyo Marakwet a sports destination is actually on track. In the next few months, every person across the world will be coming to Iten, and our slogan is, if you want to win anything, if you want to be a champion, there are only two things: you can train in Iten or you can be born here. But majority of the people are not born here, so just come and train here.
The goal is to make Iten a sports destination. Of course, that is the town where I grew up. From running in the City of Champions to cycling in the home of champions. On that note, we wrap up this particular bulletin, but just to remind you that bottom-half merchants, Chelsea, will be playing against Newcastle in the last Premier League match of game week 28 tonight, before Arsenal will be trying to, of course, proceed or rather advance to the quarterfinals of the Champions League tomorrow night at home against Porto. On that note, we wrap up the bulletin. Many thanks for being with us tonight. Until tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful night, and like always, God bless.
We value your feedback.